as you guys probably already know, I absolutely love hiding things in Minecraft. I mean, whether it's hiding away a base, hiding away some form of entrance, storage, input, pretty much anything that I can possibly hide in Minecraft, I will probably enjoy hiding. Now, generally speaking, when I'm watching movies and things like that, people tend to hide things behind bookshelves. So they pull on a book or they do something strange and then bookshelves open up and you can get through into the secret area. Now when it comes to Minecraft, you can build something that looks a little bit like this. We flick this lever right here and you can see the door opens up. We've got a hidden entrance behind the bookshelves. It's really simple. It's really fast. It doesn't use too much redstone. Generally speaking, it's a pretty good solution. But the issue is that, well, that's not how it looks in the movies. In the movies, it looks totally different. So this is my slightly more beefy solution. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, we have got a lot of very compact redstone going on right here. We've got some slime blocks involved and a few different pulse extenders and things like that going on up at the top. But if we flick this lever right here, now that's a little bit more like it. We have the full sliding mechanism of our bookshelf. So our bookshelf, if it was in real life, would drop back a little bit and then slide across, revealing the hidden area that we want to travel through. And obviously the same thing goes for the closing. The bookshelf slides across and then it gets pushed outwards so that it is completely flush with all of our bookshelves. Now, I have to say, I personally think this thing is awesome. I don't know if that's because I've spent a ton of time working on the redstone, trying my best to get it nice and compact, but I really like the way that this thing looks. So what I've done here is I've removed all of the useless blocks so that we can see how this redstone mechanism actually functions. So what we have is we have got the retraction area, which will pull the blocks back, and then we have the double piston extender, which will drag our bookshelves across and behind the other bookshelves. So if you flick this lever, you can see that that piston there retracts all of our slime blocks, then gets moved out of the way so that it doesn't get moved with the slime blocks, and then our double piston extender does the work, and it pulls everything back. Now this seems simple, but the issue is that this thing right here is 12 blocks in total. We've got 6 slime blocks and 6 bookshelves, which means that we are right on the edge of the push limit for your average piston. So when it comes to the double extender, we can't extend this one first because then it will be pushing 13 blocks because that includes that piston right there. So what you have to do is make this piston fire really fast, pushing out the blocks, then this piston can extend, and then this piston can extend. And you see all of that happening very quickly, and then we get the drop down, and then the extension, and everything is flat with the wall. It's quite a small circuit when you consider how much actually has to go into this thing. So now that we understand everything that's going on, I think I should probably grab some of this redstone right here, and I'll show you exactly how to build it block by block. So you want to get things started with a 3x8 area, and the first thing that we're going to do is create a 3x2 area right there, and then some bookshelves on the face of them, which are going to obviously be the bookshelves that we're going to be moving. Then the next thing that you want to do is just go a couple blocks up like this, place in a sticky piston facing downwards, and then a sticky piston facing across just like that. Now this right here is what is actually going to be retracting away all of our blocks. Then we just need to go a couple blocks out like this, and we're going to place in our double piston extender facing across like that. And when we retract it, obviously it will move all of these blocks 2 blocks across, meaning that we have the gap going through the center. So this is where our entrance is going to be going. The first redstone that we've got to do is the wiring for these pistons and also the pulse extender. So we're going to pop down to the bottom, and we're going to place a block right there, and then some blocks going up like this with redstone running across the top just like that. Then we're going to have an immovable object with a repeater set to 2 ticks running into that top piston right there with a block up like this and a redstone torch on the side. And you should see that that piston gets pushed down and then extends out our slime blocks, and if we do the opposite, it all gets retracted and this piston gets moved out of the way, which is very important. The next thing that we're going to do is hook this into a pulse extender. So we're going to have a slab right there next to that piston, and we're going to have blocks going down like this. This block needs to be an immovable object, and then we're going to have a block down at the bottom there with redstone dust, a comparator facing in this direction, and a comparator facing in this direction, and then over here we are going to create our inputs, which is just going to be a repeater running into that block, which will run into everything. Now for the double piston extender, and the first thing that we have to do is replace these 2 double piston extenders with this double piston extender right here. Apparently I managed to place the original ones in the wrong location, so I apologize for that. Now I am also going to warn you that this is where things are going to get just a tiny bit on the complicated side. So we're going to place in a repeater set to 3 ticks running into this block right here. Then we're going to have redstone, a repeater running across like this with some redstone there, and a redstone torch just like that with a regular piston facing across. Then down at the bottom here, we are going to place in an observer facing downwards into that sticky piston. Next, we simply have to place in an upside down slab next to that piston right there, some redstone dust, which will be powered, a block up like this, and then we're going to place a block right here with a repeater set to 3 ticks running into a block with redstone dust right there, a block right here, and a repeater set to 2 ticks with redstone dust right there. And that should be everything all completed. So all we have to do now is give it a quick tester by flicking this lever right here, and you can see that everything is functioning absolutely fine. All of the pistons are working, we've got all of the retraction, it all seems to be functioning. So now we just have to go out the front, we're going to place in all of our bookshelves, making their way around like this, then we can create some form of floor, I guess. So I'm going to be using stone bricks. Yeah, I'd say stone bricks will probably end up looking pretty good across the bottom right there. But the most important thing is that we actually have to do our little tunnel. Now, there is some information about the tunnel that you should probably know. Obviously, because we're using slime blocks, you are going to have to use some immovable objects. So anywhere where the slime blocks are going to touch, you're going to need a movable object. So these blocks right here are going to need to be immovable. These ones right here are going to need to be immovable. And these blocks in the ceiling are also going to need to be immovable. And these blocks going across the back like this. But outside of that, you can do whatever you want. So we have it, guys. That is how you hide a base behind bookshelves in a cool fashion, not just your standard flush piston door. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and also check out the latest film on the filming channel. Link will be on the end screen.